want to talk about Wadapalooza a little bit before anything. So, because I know you went individual and you did team as well.
Yeah. So that was kind of when they first announced that, I was right away super interested in going individual again.
Hmm.
And then they announced the team, and I was like the first person I thought of was Caroline. I'm like, why don't we go down as a team? And because she was considering not doing individual, and well, I was like, well, let's go have some fun. So our original plan was to have Kelly Clark, so all now known as Kelly,
Yeah.
to try to, because she's been following Misfit. She was
Hmm.
with working with Hunter all last year. So we're like, well, let's get to know her. Let's just go have some fun, a couple of Misfits. And she was going through like a little bit of a nagging injury that she was trying to rehab, and didn't want to risk anything at Wadapalooza. So
Hmm.
we got like a older Misfit at the time, Erin O'Donnell. So she ended up coming on the team with us pretty last minute. So we were super lucky, and Erin's awesome to be around. So we had a lot of fun at Wadapalooza.
Yeah.
Um, in having teams of three be, you know, a ton of games level athletes and veterans in the sport. Like it was competitive for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
But it was fun to be up in the top 10 with everybody, and just kind of shoot the shit, so to speak, right? Like just,
Yep.
compete, have some fun, and have like no pressure, no strings attached.
Yeah. So do you like the way they do it now for like the 2 days for individual and 2 days team?
I won't do that again.
I was gonna
That
ask
was,
that.
yeah, it was way too much volume for me. The amount of like squatting and just the movements program that the workouts were, just the programming in general was just a little too much volume in for 2 days. And
Hmm.
especially because like, you have $75,000 on the line, and you're splitting it up between 2 days instead of like over the length of a weekend where you can really test overall fitness. I didn't love that about it, but I think for the team aspect of it, you take the pressure off these athletes and let them have fun. And for a lot of them, that's, you can really see some true potential come out, and give the fans, a great spectating show to be at.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure if, like, I love going down to Wadapalooza. I love the weather. I hate the unpredictability of the weather and
Yeah.
how it can just like change the schedule up so quickly.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to go again next year. I've done it a few times, and I kind of want to travel a little bit more. So we'll see, what's in the cards for next year. But there's kind of one step at a time right now. So semifinals is obviously the only thing in my like line of sight right now.
Yeah. So when you're down at Wadapalooza, how does it work? Do you kind of like get your own room, or do you like, have a bunch of people with you to kind of hang out and like, and like even like, feeding too is like, how does that all work?
Yeah, so this year actually was a ton of fun. Um, Jen with Misfit found this penthouse that had 4 bedrooms. So it was myself and Ben, my boyfriend, and then Erin and her boyfriend. Caroline came down by herself this year, and then Drew, our coach,
Hmm.
came. So we each had our own room in this like awesome penthouse. It was part of a Hilton hotel.
Okay, cool.
Um, so yeah, so we like that was perfect. If I could have my own room, my own like bathroom, and
Yeah.
then there's just a giant kitchen. Like I love having a little bit of privacy, but then also people to just kind of like ease the tension of competing. So I very much like that. Like that is perfect for me. Being in a hotel room by myself, I don't love that as much. Um, as if there's a kitchen, I'm okay, but it's always nice to have people around because it just, you lose the tension, you laugh, you goof around and whatnot. So even with going down to semis this year, like I'll stay with my parents, and then there's 2 other people coming down staying with us, but we each have like our own bedroom, bathroom, and just a way to, when it's time to go to bed, I can get away and
Yeah.
have my privacy.
Yeah. So
So
Does Ben snore?
he does not. No, I'm pretty lucky.
You are very
And
lucky.
yeah, well, he sleeps like a rock too. So his work schedule, he is up at 4:30 every morning, like clockwork. He'll get up, shower, eat breakfast, and then he's at work by 6 a.m. ideally, like in a perfect world, he gets home at 6, but a lot of times it's pushed back to 6:30 or 7. So he works really long days. And I'm sure that they're, really long, hard days.
Mhm.
So when it comes time to going to bed, he sleeps like a rock. And he doesn't like move. He doesn't like he's not a heavy breather. He sleeps.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, so I had 2 deviated septums, they got them fixed.
Gosh.
And I still snore so bad. Like the ENT doctor was like, "Yeah, you might need the Inspire."
What's
Like
that?
so it's like this, like it's a computer, like it's a square, it's I don't know, probably like the size of this mouse or something like that, that goes on your chest, and there's one wire that goes in the muscle of your chest and the other one wraps around the nerve around where your tongue is, because I guess what happens is when you snore, your tongue relaxes and it falls back, and that's when you
Yeah.
snore. So the nerve that goes around that causes that, it's an electrical stimulation to push the tongue forward. And so
Oh,
like
wow.
and so literally like you'll have that thing in your chest, and then you'll have this, like it's almost like a remote control, and you just like press it over um you press it over your chest and it just turns on, and you have like it's like a 10-year I think it's a 10-year like battery life on the thing.
Jesus.
I
That does
I
not
don't have
sound
it.
fun.
Yeah, I don't have it. I have enough gear on me already for my like glucometer and all that stuff. I'm like my
Right.
and like the even the ENT said, listen, if you get this, it will show on your chest. Like there will be a piece of it. Like it will stick out.
Like, wow.
Yeah. And
So you
so
just have like this little square box in your chest.
yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And so my wife's like, I don't know if I like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, so I literally sleep in the spare bedroom because
Oh,
I snore so bad. It's like, even on
not even
vacation,
plugs can help her out.
no,
No.
it doesn't even work. Like, so what I use, if we go out on a trip, it's usually I put mouth tape on, and like literally
My
I
gosh.
have to be clean shaven. I have to put a mouth tape on that covers the whole mouth, and then a nose strip, and like what
So that
and
you
not
could breathe.
yeah, yeah. And it's not like the typical like small ones. It's the extra strength ones, which is just like almost like your full size of your nose, just to try to like, open up your whole, nasal cavity.
You probably are a great sight when
Oh
you are
yeah.
sleeping. It probably
Yeah.
looks really good.
Oh, it's even better when I wear a night mask, because when I used to work so what I used yeah, exactly. So I used to work nights at the hospital. And so I would sleep and I didn't have anything to cover my
Yeah.
face because like the sun was rising like right where the window is. And
Yeah.
so I started wearing t-shirts, and then my wife gave me these night masks, and I can't take them off now.
Yeah. Is it like the one, I forget the brand of it. It's like, is it like memory foam? And then it has like two eye
Yep.
circles.
Yep.
Yeah. I
And
think
it
I
and it sticks
remember,
out.
yeah, I remember Drew had mentioned that one like way back on a podcast a while ago. And I was like, I'm buying that because it sounds fantastic. And I have that same exact one, and it's awesome. Like it's so comfortable.
Yeah. And then like earlier on, when I think when we first moved to Georgia, I had like really bad eczema in my hands. And so I had to wear gloves at night too. And so like literally I was just a I was just an absolute
Just a
mess.
puppet.
I was just
My
like
gosh.
I was messing around. Like I had like the nose strip, the mouth tape, and like the eye, the mask, and then I had the gloves. And so I crossed my hands like I was dead. I was like,
So, like a mummy.
yeah, pretty
My
much.
gosh.
Yeah, and my wife took a picture and just posted on like social media, and I'm like, thanks, like thanks. I
Gotta
look,
embrace it.
oh, I don't care, whatever. But it's just, it is what it is. So speaking about sleeping, so do you have any like sleeping rituals that you do at all, or?
Not really. We we don't really watch TV in our bedroom. We don't do anything like that. Like we won't even put movies on up there. So like the bedroom is pretty much just for sleeping. I'll read before bed sometimes, not all the time. But we usually are just pretty spent by the end of the day, and it's
Mhm.
like I don't really have trouble falling asleep very often. Um, so nothing like I don't drink Beam every night. I'm not into all that. I
Yeah.
have it, but it's just not, I don't know. It's just sometimes I feel more restless when I drink Beam. So I've tried playing around with that, and I stopped actually a little while ago because I was like consistently feeling restless. And I was like, this doesn't seem to be doing what it's supposed to do for me. So I just kind of stopped doing that. But no, like we get home, by the time Ben gets home and we have dinner, it's like 8:30. We'll maybe watch a little bit of a TV show and then we try to get up to bed. So it's kind of nice that he has to be up early because he'll want to go to bed earlier.
Mhm.
So for me, if I'm in bed by 9 and I can get a full 8 to 9 hours in bed, like that's perfect, especially right now with how high volume is and all that. So